Stop that music and just turn my volume down a bit, otherwise all you'll hear are engine noises. Welcome to this live stream, people. It's just another ad hoc live stream. We've got such wonderful weather over the UK at the moment. I hope you can see that. That it's a crime to miss this. A lot of us are stuck indoors. Yeah, I mean, it's blowing a gale outside and there's rain, so there's no way I'm going out in the next couple of hours. So why not do a live stream? Let me just bring in the chat. We've got a few people in Discord. We're live on YouTube, people. Please don't swear and watch your manners and goodness knows what. Just explaining, because we're stuck indoors, it's a perfect time to do a live stream in live weather over London. There's a few people with us. Would you like to, I'm putting you on the spot again, introduce yourselves, chat, top to bottom. Susie, you go first, please.
Yeah, hello again, everybody. Susie from Scotland.
And Bren's is on mute, so we'll come back. Dan Nance.
Hi, Dan from Yorkshire in the UK.
And it's me, James, your host. And we've got Sean Russell.
Hello, I'm Sean, yeah. East Midlands, UK. Yeah. Damp and raining here as well.
Right. And Mike from rainy old London.
Lovely, still raining.
Right. Okay, so Sean...
Hi guys, I'm Braden, by the way, and I'll remain on mute because I've got some background noise, so cheers.
Okay, thanks, Prince. Okay, Sean, it was your idea, so we're going to pick... Let's get inside the cockpit. We're going to pick... I've got to get familiar with the Grand Caravan again, it's been a while. Did you say the third nearest airport from our route?
Yeah, whatever the third one is, that's where we go. It's totally random, innit?
Okay.
Not random, but...
Okay, you might have to talk some of us through that. How would you go about that in the caravan?
So 3 is the magic number. Yeah.
Well, you need to go to your FMS.
Yeah.
The outer dial, which is the one nearest the unit itself, on the outside, not the inner one. Rotate the outer dial 5 times or to the right until you get the nearest airports.
Okay, so nearest... We want to go to nearest first, do we?
No, well, once you get to the nearest list of nearest airports, press the FMS button in to get the cursor flashing. Then it's your outer one again, down to the third airport. Which I think says EGKB.
Are you in the Grand Caravan?
Yeah.
You are? Okay. Press the FMS in.
Just to note that this is dependent on if you've updated your settings with respect to runway length. So I think by default it will only show runways below 3,000 feet. in the G1000, but some people may have altered that. Like I do quite a bit of bush landings, and I've got it showing anything that's over 900 feet. So that airport's actually fourth one down for me. So whoever's
okay.
coordinating needs to tell us what airport it is, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just pick the third one, which is, I think mine's default, so.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
By the way, those at home, if you're watching, you're welcome to join us. We're in live weather London City Airport North Europe service, so while we've got a minute setting up, you're welcome to come join in. Be nice to have a few more. Has anybody got... let's make it easier for some, including myself. What's the airport you've come up with, Sean?
EGKB.
EGKB. I'm just going to dial that in. EGKB. So I'm just going to go to my direct to button in the Grand Caravan, in the centre G1000 essentially. And if you click on your direct to the bottom right, EGKB.
Yep, correct.
Okay, a Biggin Hill, yeah?
Correct, yep.
So there we go, we'll
Is
just
that in
press...
southeast? Sort of like southeast London way?
Yeah, it's nearly south, but slightly... sorry, south and slightly west.
186 degrees, 10.5 miles.
That's okay. A little bit rusty there, so you had to...
It's quite a big airport as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Didn't they do an air show?
Yeah, 5,980 feet.
So has everybody with us managed to input that?
Yeah, I think I'm there. I'm just I've got my wee arrow at that airport at the moment. So I'm
Yeah.
trying to
Good to go here.
Okay. So we can get going then, I think. If you're ready, chaps. So let's do a bit of throttling up and release the parking brake, and I'll just lead us out and see what the
height
weather.
we're flying at?
Well, we'll see. Just a second. Yeah, we'll see. Maybe a couple of 1,000 feet or so to begin with, and we'll see what the cloud cover's like. So let's get inside the cockpit. Just bear with me for a second. I really am rusty with this Grand Caravan. I've not flown it for a good minute. Altitude select. There we go. So we'll get that up. I've got the multi-pan on. It's going to be easier by that. Are you all aware? You're probably more rehearsed with the Grand Caravan than I am currently, where your altitude knob is on this. It's just above your middle G1000. And off we go. Okay. So done. Yeah, so anybody who wants to join, please come along. You'll be most welcome. You can join us en route. We'll be stopping at various different airports. Oh, grief. Visibility is terrible, isn't it? Is this what it's like in London at the moment, Mike? You're from on that end, aren't you?
I think it's the same all over the country, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, Mike's gone off. Just noticed. I think he might have lost connection. It must be bad. Hopefully he'll come and join us again.
So it's actually not that bad in Yorkshire, so probably should head north, really.
Yeah. It'll be interesting when we get above the cloud layers what we can see there. We should see a few rainbows, I'm thinking, along the way here. Possibly. I mean, look at that. Just in front of the financial districts, I can just make it out on my screen. My goodness me. Love flying in this weather. Can't see any of the landmarks, heading straight towards London City, and can't see a thing at the moment. Wow. Yeah, I think that's a little bit over-exaggerated. I'm not that far from London. It can't be that much difference to where I am. Maybe it is.
You're flying south.
Am I? Just a second. I am indeed. What am I doing? Got it on nav? Thought I had it on nav. Apologies for that.
I think the caravan you have to point it towards the magenta line.
Yeah, no, I was actually pointing, flying west there. That's okay, all fingers and thumbs to the caravan today, now I'm back on course. Oh, maybe that was meant to happen. I can just about see the shard in front of me now, and the gherkin just below. Goodness me. Wow, what's it like in Scotland at the moment, Susie? Looking at the weather maps, it looks even worse up there.
Yeah, it's on and off. I think it's just drizzly. It's not actually too stormy at the moment. It's just sunshine creeping through the clouds, trying to creep through the clouds at the moment.
Okay.
From where I am.
Oh, that's good. It was lovely yesterday, but today is just a complete washout. Russell, you're just watching while building your ridder pedals. You're building them. Wow. That's good. Now then, heading back towards the nav line. Somewhat.
Autopilot follows the nav line better when you actually turn it on.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like,
GPS mode.
yeah, no, I've got in GPS mode. I got altitude capture, and it's like, yeah, just haven't actually turned it on. It's like, don't.
That's almost as bad as me flying west without pressing nav. I turned the autopilot on, not the nav.
Dear.
There we go, we've got a party happening inside the Grand Caravan again. If you're watching the screen there, I've got pink lights going on. I don't know what that's about. It's the livery Aces created, I'm going to blame him. Russell, you're building rudder pedals, just elaborate on that please. It's fascinating. So 2,000 feet, yeah, we're not above this cloud layer, are we? Goodness. What's it like on your chaps' screens?
Grey, wet.
Some incredible...
Yeah, going to make a visibility good. Coming down.
That's some
I'm only
incredible...
5 mile away.
Sorry, say again, Dan?
Sorry, it's Sean. It's just 5 mile away now, so it's fairly
Okay.
close.
Oh, did I ever stay the flaps in? No, I didn't. That's good.
I'm actually going to land straight in. I can just see the lights. If you drop down to about 1,000 feet, you can see it clearly.
Okay. Yeah, I've noticed stuff like my flight sim when I'm in external mode and I'm banking. Has anybody else found this recently? Maybe it's just a conflict with my sim. It will keep turning. It won't follow, even though I've got it in heading mode. It won't follow. It'll just keep turning until I go back to the cockpit. Anybody else found that?
Yeah, Sonic's drone camera, isn't it?
You know, I'm in external view. So when I go to external view, and if I set a heading, say I'm at 170 at the moment to join up, just about to join the magenta line. But I put it into heading mode when external, and in external mode, if I don't go back to cockpit, it'll just keep turning.
I think in drone camera you can't do it.
Okay. No, like I say, I'm not in drone cam, I'm just an external camera.
I've not experienced it myself on Xbox, but one of the chaps that flies on PC mentioned specific behaviour last night.
Yeah, I don't know
So
what's going on.
I think from what he said, that they said something about it on one of the Microsoft live streams that it's a known issue, but I don't know, I've not really been following it, so...
Okay. Now I'm on GPS. Like you, Dan, I think I was in localizer mode and didn't even realise. Oh, this is fun.
No, I was in GPS mode. I just not turned the autopilot on.
Ah.
It's like, which is rather a critical step for using an autopilot, is actually turning it on.
Absolutely. There you go, I just demonstrated it again. I went to external mode and it kept turning. It's turning onto the nav, but it was continually going around in a circle there until I came back to the cockpit. Very strange. It's frustrating when you're trying to make videos in external mode. External view, rather.
Well, I'm down.
Okay, wait for us then. Just fitting some hall sensors. Fantastic, Russell. Wow.
Oh, well, yeah, I can see a runway there.
Right, are you going to straighten up and then go back to external mode? Because I don't see a thing still. It's okay. Mike, you may not be aware, but you've oh, you are. You're back with us now, yeah? In voice chat. You disappeared for a second.
Stop.
He's having a bit of issues, I think.
Yeah, the old Xbox, eh?
Oh, okay. What's the ILS for that runway, by the way? Might as well do that.
I'm down.
Okay.
I think it's 110.5. I'll just check.
110.5, thanks. That's great.
Now I'm bearing 205. And it reads as India Bravo Golf Hotel.
Okay. Has it picked it up? It hasn't picked it up. Is it 110.50 you said?
Sorry, it's 115.1.
One more. Okay, 115.1. Let's try
It's
that.
about 204, 205.
That's
You
gonna.
don't really need it. It's a really long runway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, just like my little
I
tools.
saw it about half a mile away, and
Okay.
it peered out the gloom.
Let's get it off autopilot. I'm near to the runway, so I can probably just take it down. Oh yeah, I can see you all. Okay. Yep.
Just aim for rope.
I'm dive bombing towards it at the moment. This is professional. Am I going to make that? No, I'll have to fly around. I saw it too late. Couldn't see a thing until too late. Oh, well, never mind. Well, maybe. Maybe. Go on. We can do that.
Yeah, they cloud cover.
Oh, we can make that. Or can we? Coming towards the end of the runway, maybe. Do I risk this? Yeah, go on. There you go, that's a good start. That will do. Not the ideal landing, but not the ideal weather. Okay, that's the start. So we've come south, haven't we? Should we go westward?
Would you want the nearest next one?
Yeah, okay. Just gonna start up a little nav map, maybe I can get some information from there.
Well, I've got EGKK.
Oh, Gatwick, yeah.
Do you want to do that one?
Can do, yeah. EGKK. So we'll go down to... Let's just put that back to CDI back.
And direct to.
Just put my CDI back to GPS. Direct to EGKK. EGKK. Are you all using keyboard and mouse, by the way? It's a lot easier to do this if you are. Actually, Sean, are you using your instruments for this? Oh, what am I doing?
Yeah, I'm using devices, but I'm manually landing.
Okay.
I'm not autopilot landing.
So that's my parking
But I'm
brake
just
off.
using the GPS to get to the point.
Okay. So there we go, let's get back on that runway. Oh dear, comedy of errors today. Didn't have my parking brake on. The aircraft was going forward without me noticing.
I've come all the way down here, Sean. We're actually taking off in the wrong direction with a 23 knot tailwind.
Wow, shall we try it?
Might be interesting for Kodiak, but yeah, I'll give it a
Yeah,
shot.
you're doing the caravan easy, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kodiak's a little bit more, possibly a bit more sensitive, so we'll see.
Yeah, there's a good sail on for the Kodiak. I probably will grab it, even though I've just released that video about not buying unnecessary aircraft when you've not learnt others. But it's one I wanted for a while, the Kodiak.
I'm only up to about 135, so, you know, I've not stopped buying them yet.
Okay, 135?
Yeah. Some aircraft, like the Wilgers, like, comes in as about 8 aircraft, for instance, so, with different variants, but...
Wow.
You know, to be fair, there's a lot of times where, like, I look at the marketplace and I just look at the price on some of these planes. I don't know how these oaks are able to afford a new plane every week. Like, it's honestly beyond my budget.
Oh, and me too. Me too, Brands. Yeah, I'm the same. Even though I make the videos and goodness knows what.
Only buying them when they're for sale helps.
Have you seen the pricing in the new Comanche?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah, won't be getting that unless it's less than half price. Well, under 30 quid, put it that way.
Even the new AccuSim aircraft, I was interested, but not at £50.
I think some of the old school developers haven't kind of worked out that the pricing, they'll make more money pricing it cheaper, you know, for the FS2020, and actually make more money, because the number of people who will buy an aircraft that is priced below 30 quid compared with who'll buy one at 30 quid, it's more than double.
Yeah.
I think it's their business, their model, so...
Yeah, well, it's like my second most popular video on the channel is about the Logitech flight yoke system, and the reason why it's because it's a cheap yoke. There's no doubt.
Yeah, absolutely.
Alright, so up in the autopilot on.
Gatwick's only 12 miles away or something.
Okay.
14.
The ILS for Gatwick is 110.9.
110.9. 0.9, yep.
Thank you.
Yeah. Sean, what do you have the radio panel, Sean, or do you have something else set up for that? Are you using the mini Garmin for it?
I'm using the Stream Deck for the nav radios.
Oh, okay.
And just like a basic keypad, isn't it?
Yeah. It's mightily handy just to have those kind of controls so you can just dial it in and bang, it's done.
Yeah, it's just displayed on the Stream Deck. It's got a graphical button, so it shows you what nav wants at the minute. You just hold it down and target it, swap it over, and that's it.
Okay, brilliant. Lucky B, you're with us, you're behind us, good to see you. If someone's watching the stream on an open mic, please just beware. It's okay.
So if you fly south, you should capture the glide slope.
Okay. So, just a sec, catch up with the chat there. £80 honeycomb Bravo throttle quadrant should be delivered today. Fantastic. Hopefully it won't take too long to fix the reverser on it. Hope not. Underwood was a fantastic developer back in the day, but lost touch with him, I think he was saying that. We'll have to track him down, yeah? Underwood. Don't know, Underwood. Sorry, chaps, this is all quick fire. Are you all okay? Are you with us still? I can see most people ahead of me, so yeah.
If you sort of head 190 degrees, 187, you should pick up the ILS.
Okay.
2,000 feet.
I'm still in... Okay, I'm in nav mode at the moment. Let's put it into localizer mode. Do I have it? 11090, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah, I've got it. Yeah, I've got the localizer now, yeah. Stick that into approach mode when I start to see that line moving.
If you're too close to the airport, obviously you got to drop your altitude a bit.
Yeah, no, I'm quite a distance away from it at the moment. Let's just see. Options. Distant measuring. 11 nautical miles out, personally, at the moment. Russell, who's Underwood? Was that a flight sim developer? Not aware of him. So there you go, that's visibility over the UK at the moment. We're going to see if it clears and down. I want to see some rainbows if we can. Always nice to see in the sim. At the moment it's just thick cloud ahead of us.
We might want to do some slightly longer runs so we can get up to a proper altitude, maybe, and get over the clouds. And
Great idea, great idea. How about going towards the West Country?
yeah.
What's it like? 60 mile next one?
Yep, okay. So whilst that's capturing the glide slope, hopefully it doesn't capture whilst I'm away. How about EGTE for next? Exeter Airport. Or EGBH, maybe that's a bit closer. Bournemouth. EGHH. Let's get in. Cockpit. Just try and get that glide slope to come in a little bit. Sorry, course deviation line.
So what, then just a quick touch and go Gatwick and then ETBB, you said, Addison, is that correct?
EGHH.
Thank you. Hotel, correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you.
So there we go. Is that going to come in time for me? How are you finding the... Are you on the localizer yet, anybody? In approach mode?
Oh, I was on it, but I'm not familiar with the caravan. It's sort of twisting and turning, so I'm manual flying it.
Okay. We have
Right,
to
4 marks out, so just about to turn on to final. But yeah, I think I'm a bit low for the localizer, to be honest.
okay. Oh, yes, we would be actually, yes. Yeah, it's quite an elevation. Yeah, the glide slope's underneath me. Well, okay. I think I'm going to do this manually then.
Say what, the Kodiak cannot capture at a... Yeah, if you're coming in at too steep an angle.
Yeah. Well done, I've got you in front of me, so I'm going to watch your flight path there.
Yeah, I was taking over manually. So I think I'm pretty much on top of the runway.
Okay.
Yeah, Sean seems to be right in front of me at an angle of 90 degrees. So. It's a long runway, we'll be fine.
Literally can't see a thing. Are there runway lights? Can you see any runway lights yet?
Yeah, the lights are on.
Okay, that's good. Cannot see anything. So EGKK, for those who are watching, if you want to come and join us, it did most of the old aircraft panels, flight performance, etc. Okay, nice. That's Westwood, yeah? Underwood. I'm going to slow my speed down already because we're not far from that runway. The stage of flaps, was that a bit too premature? It should be okay.
I'm down.
Who's that? Sean? Or Dan?
Dan.
Dan, right.
Sean was down a while back.
Okay, I can see you both, so let's just... I don't have any runway lights, I don't have any guidance here. But I do have... Actually, I'm right above... Yeah, I can see it now. My goodness. Okay, let's throttle back. This is not the way I would normally land, but... Should be okay, yep. Just see it now. My goodness me, that's what, about 50 feet ahead of me. Susie, how you doing? You okay? Follow me if you can see me. And Mike.
Yeah, I can see his ahead. I'm just coming in.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, there's a lot of flat land though. Pretty sure I could land
Okay.
either direction.
Yeah, land where you can.
Allison's landing on the taxiways. Well done. Well.
Yeah,
Oh, is it? Oh, it's another runway. Oh, lovely. Oh, it looked like a taxiway. My apologies.
So there we go.
Taxiway looked.
Right, so we want to take off in the direction of 27. Did we land on 27?
It's 2-6, I think.
26, yeah.
2-6 left.
Okay, so we want to take off in the same direction, basically.
What's the airport code for the new one?
Echo Golf Hotel Hotel. EGHH. It's Bournemouth, I think. EGHH. I'll double check before I say that wrong.
Yeah,
it's Bournemouth.
It is. That's not.
Bournemouth International.
Yeah, so we should have an ILS there as well, with hope.
It's 66 nautical miles away.
Yeah, that'll do, won't it? So
Yeah.
shall we climb to say?
And it's got ILS.
Should we climb to say 3,000, 4,000 feet?
I'd have thought maybe need a bit more than that.
Okay.
Where the clouds are, but
Yeah, when we were coming to the first one, I was at about 5,000, and it was still like 6.
Yeah.
So I reckon
Oh.
maybe 6 or 7 or 10, or I don't know.
Okay, let's.
I'd say 10. I'd say put 10 in, and then we can stop if we get clear.
Perfect. Let's do that then. 10,000 feet.
Okay.
And we're at EGKK for those who are watching, so do come along. We've got a few people who have joined us, which is good. Actually, let's just take a look
ILS
around.
for Bournemouth. ILS for Bournemouth is 110.5.
110, just going to put that into my radio panel, decimal 5. Just decimal 5, yep.
Yeah, correct.
Perfect, that's it. Right. So, shall we get going? Has everybody landed, by the way? I don't want to go if people have not landed. Mike, have you landed, mate?
Just that's not even words, is it?
No. That sounds like pure panic to me.
Yeah, no, I just did a touch and go. I heard that you were leaving, so I was quite late to the party.
Not to worry. Okay, I think everybody's ready to go then. Shall we get going?
Just down a
We're
bit.
climbing a bit higher this time, are we?
10,000 feet. So flaps up, we don't need flaps, that's fine. And up we go. Oops, almost came back down again now. What's it like in the Caldy, Dad? Is it? Are you getting blown about a bit?
It's actually not bad at all. Once I sort my trim out, on this yoke, the trim tends to lock itself to -100, which kind of makes it hard to take off.
Oh, wow. Never seen weather. I wonder if it is. Mike, you're coming through sometimes. Did you say you're near London,
Sorry.
aren't you?
Yeah, southwest London, man. Right by Hampton Court. Yeah.
What's it like there? Does it look similar to what we're seeing here?
Just had to sense myself.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty crappy.
Wow.
But it's nothing like this though. This is if it's too wet.
Yeah, this is severe. It's like back in the 80s, isn't it, with the old fog?
It's like that rain that gets you wet, you know.
Yeah. Okay, Russell, take care, mate. Yep, see you later. Okay, so what we're climbing to? Just coming towards 2,000. Let's increase our vertical speed there. I'm just going vertical speed. It nails up about anyway about 2,000 feet, 1,500, 2,000 feet per minute. Wow.
I've just loaded the Navigraph charts up so you can record it. So I'll share it. See what the Navigraph charts
Okay.
does in the sim. Makes it easier. Because you can impose the chart over the VFR map or world map.
All right. Yeah, that'll be handy. Yeah.
Like a transparency sheet of paper on the map, basically, with the ILS details on.
Yeah.
I suppose that's for computer only, though, right?
Yeah, Navigraph I think is PC only at the minute.
Yeah.
Unless you're flying in one of the top 4 or 5 planes, which have Navigraph integration built in. Like, I think the Just Flight ones do.
Which need half a month's salary to purchase. So.
Yeah,
Really?
it's expensive planes, and then I had a subscription for a while, but it's just on the Xbox, it's just not really worth it. I just follow with a little nav map, but it's just a bit of extra work for
Yeah, absolutely.
So, laptop with a little nav map a bit next to me.
Yeah. I mean, like being an Xbox simmer, especially for flight sim, does put you like at a disadvantage. Even though this is nice to have something on the Xbox that's playable, but like there's a lot of things like add-ons, like the things in like the Masai Mara, the any-build scenery. It still hasn't come onto the Xbox market, you know. So it's,
and everything costs money. So there's no free scenery, there's no free liveries. It all costs money.
What I've actually done now, because obviously the release of 2024, I'm actually just going through as many activities on 2020, just to like literally tick them off to get my money's worth, because I've already bought the standard license. So by the time that like 2024 does get released, I know at least I've played as much as possible out of 2020. And
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, if that's
5,500 feet and all I can see is clouds.
yeah, same. If they're serious about carrying on with Flight Sim 2024 on Xbox, they need to integrate some kind of navigation tools in that, or a program that will work seamlessly if they can.
I so agree.
Yeah. And things like panels, you know, we've got, you know, either head tracking or VR or something needs to come along with it.
I think the issue is that the flight sim team comes up against the Xbox team, because the Xbox team understandably has certain restrictions as to what you can and can't do on the console, and trying to get a compromise between the two isn't just as easy as you're thinking, oh yeah, we'll do this. Has to go through all the sort of legals to say, well, can we actually do that? And the fact that they're bringing things like SimBrief integration into the standard aircraft.
That's true.
In future updates, I think they are working on it, but unless there's a bit of a sea change in sort of opening up the APIs. If they could give SimConnect integration, even if it required an external device, you know, for a tablet or something like that, or a laptop, then I think a lot of things would be possible. But until they do that, I just don't think it's going to be possible.
No, I mean, SimBrief works well in the 146 on Xbox, and that's on the Series S, so that's a good start. At least.
Yeah. I mean, they are opening up integration with external services, and a lot of it could be done with anything that's sort of demanding pulling data or sending data to an external service could theoretically be done, and there are developers, third-party developers, that are looking at that as well. Some that I've spoken to, particularly on the Xbox platform. But what for the things like the integrations, which Sean does, and the the different nav panels and Logitech, that sort of stuff, it requires the ability to actually push data from your local network or local device into an application running on a platform, and that is at the current time absolutely verboten as far as the Microsoft Xbox standards are concerned. Right, I'm hitting 10,000 now, and I can't see.
Yeah, I'm the same.
I still can't see anything. I'm putting it up to 15.
Okay, let's try that, chaps. Yeah.
Well, I've stopped at 6,000 feet because the top of descent's only, it's 10 minutes away.
Or is it? Okay.
Just move that close.
Okay, in that case, I'm going to stay at 10.
Okay, yeah, it's a good point.
I've switched VNAV on it as well, so that can come down on its own.
Provided you drop your altitude constraint, of course.
Yeah, it should do it automatically at 3 degrees.
Yes, but if you've still got 10,000 locked in, then it won't.
Yeah, I've set it. I've set the VNAV now to 1500. The ILS captures 1500 feet.
Okay. For those on Xbox, on your left G1000, you've got a nav button, 2 nav buttons. You can tune in 111. Are we on decimal 5? 110 decimal 5 for Bournemouth?
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you tune in 110 decimal 5 using your 2 nav buttons, and when you get near, you just switch your CDI to localizer 1, and encourage the course deviation line to come in. It's easier to say.
Degrees.
Sorry, say again.
75 degrees on your course, as far as I'm aware.
Okay.
I think if you do a direct 2 in the caravan, it will put it in automatically for you as well.
Okay. I didn't notice that. Oh.
Maybe you have to select the approach ILS.
Yeah, I think you might have to do it. I think you have to select the approach.
Yeah. That'll be on your sensor.
Hit the prop button, approach, and then it's ILS 26 Zulu, I think it is.
Yeah, I mean, all I do is select the ILS approach and then do a direct 2 to the final fix at 1500.
Yeah. Well, if you activate it, if you've got direct 2 and you just activate it, then it will update to bring you on course to that. Anyway.
Then you have to work out which way around the airport is, yeah, when you get there.
Not if you've got the approach in properly. It should bring you on to the head of the approach and line you up.
Oh, how many miles away from it then does it do that?
About 20, usually about 20 nautical miles or so, 15 to 20.
Okay.
Mike, you're on Xbox, aren't you? As well, on Susie. And Ben's. So yeah.
Xbox is, yeah.
Yeah, so your 2 nav buttons, if you just tune in, I'll just repeat it again, 110 decimal 5. And when you get in your range at the top of your left G1000, you can see how long you've got to go to EGHH. Get between 15 and 20 and just switch your CDI, which is at the bottom of your left G1000 screen, to localizer 1. And then you'll see the course deviation line. If it's left or right, just follow that line in. And when it starts to come in, press your approach, you should be golden. We may want to drop altitude before we get to 20 nautical miles out. How near are you now, Sean? You're ahead of us.
38 mile.
38, okay, I'm showing 45.
Yeah, no, 10 minutes from top of descent.
Okay.
To the VNAV profile.
Okay.
Few broken clouds, but it's still grey everywhere.
So I'll talk you through it, chaps, when we get there. If you're not sure, I'll just talk you through what I'm going to do. As long as you've got that frequency in your nav frequency, I made it active. 11, so it should be on the right hand side on the N1 at the very top of your left G1000. 110.50.
Yeah, there should have a little white box around it.
Yeah.
So it's like more of a sign block box.
Yeah. It is.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Sign box.
It is. Yeah. Yeah. But that's showing your standby. The box, not your active.
Okay. So what's my active one?
The active one's on the right. So you've got two sets of figures. You've got left and right. The active one will be on the right.
Oh no, 111.5 and then 110.5.
Okay, it should be 110.50. 110.50. And just click the swap nav button to swap it to make it active.
Oh, okay, that's the one. That's where that actually becomes useful.
Okay. Oh look, guys, we've got clear skies. Well, not clear, but we've got a break in the clouds. There we go. Like where I am.
I
Wow,
can see the sun.
that is beautiful.
I'm just flying past near Petersfield.
I'm just about to leave that break, I'm afraid.
It's still raining cats and dogs here.
We're coming more westward now. Look at that. That is incredible. This is my favourite type of weather to fly in, for sure. There's a bit of the ground there as well. Yikes. I'm just about to head into a thick, dark cloud. This will be interesting.
I've not actually tried the VNAV in the caravan before, so this will be a learning curve.
Oh, okay. Oh, let us know how it goes. I'll keep it simple. I'll just keep it on localizer 1 and approach. Just so I can talk you chaps through it if you get a little bit lost.
37 knot headwind at the minute. Six minutes at top of descent.
Oh, look at that. You can see the screen at home. That looks pretty impressive. There's the sun. I wonder if it's slightly different for each person, the weather, because it can vary it, can't it? It can vary, rather. Vary.
How many ciders, James?
Say again, Mike?
How many ciders?
How many None. Cold, stone sober at the moment. Believe it or not. This is my usual state. So there we go.
The clouds are clearing above
Yeah.
Portsmouth. They're quite clear now.
Look
Well,
at
not
that.
totally clear, but quite broken clouds.
Have you noticed the cloud texturing has got a lot better since the recent updates as well? You don't get those popcorn clouds as much. And they're still there, you can see it on the screen. Still a bit popcorny.
I didn't notice I've seen so many lovely cloud textures.
Yeah.
They're so wonderful.
Yeah, it's one of the big selling points of the sim, isn't it? Okay, I'm going to bring myself down. I'm going to bring this... chaps, one of you've got an open mic there. My voice is repeating on me. I'm going to bring the autopilot selected altitude down to 5,000 feet. I'm not going to arm that yet. I'm still showing 32 nautical miles. Probably about 25 nautical miles I'll start. At 30 nautical miles I'll start to descend to 5,000. I think it's probably safe.
Between cloud levers with a break in the clouds and above, and these clouds just look amazing.
Yeah, they do, yeah. Yeah, there we go, another break. So, 31,000, approaching 30. I'm going to start to descend, chaps. So I'm going to just hit the vertical speed button, and you've got a wheel for vertical speed in the Grand Caravan. If you can see that in your central panel above your center G1000, you've got a vertical speed button and a little dial next to it. Just mouse up on it and it will start to descend you. Descend 1,000 feet per minute. Just pull my throttle back, should be fine. Go to 1,500 descent. Oof, look at that. So people at home, we're just doing this live stream because we're pretty much stuck inside, a lot of us, and it's such a dramatic weather around the UK. We thought we would take a look and fly around the UK, or part of it. So there we go. I'm going to switch to CDR. I think I'm still no. I've got the localizer at 28 nautical miles out. So I've caught the ILS rather at 28 nautical miles out. So I'm going to go to heading mode and just turn towards that line, the center line that's slightly out. Should be either left. It should be to the left of you, the course deviation indicator. Are you following me? Okay. Depending where you are in the flight, if you switch your CDI to localizer 1, you might pick it up now.
Nothing as yet. I can see I'm about 24 nautical miles out. But on the DME, on the left-hand side of the HSI, I'm not picking up the frequency as yet, you know?
Okay. I've got the frequency and the localizer. Like I said, it was about 27 nautical miles out. I'm now 25 nautical miles. It's zooming along. So just make sure you have that 110.5 as active. Should be on the right hand side, on your top left G1000. It should be on the right hand side of the two numbers. So you got two numbers left and right. It should be on the right hand side.
Yeah, I've got 2 minutes to top of descent, so I'll start descending down to the 1,500 feet then.
Okay. Yeah, it's moving in, so I can arm approach now. Let the autopilot do its thing. It's good. Any tall buildings on mountains around here will be dead. Can't see a thing again. Hopefully I've got approach to the arm. Do you have to be at a certain altitude, something I've not realised, for approach to arm?
The ILS?
Yeah, I've clicked on approach because the course deviation indicator line was moving in. So normally...
You can activate it, but it won't capture until you're on the glide path or glide slope.
Okay. Oh no, it does. You can arm approach prior to that. You can, as soon as that course deviation line comes in, it should pick it up.
Yeah, I mean the localizer will, but it'll lateral navigate you, won't it?
Yeah.
It should have GS in white if you're too far out.
No.
But still be on the localizer.
I've got a feeling it's to do with altitude, but I'm going to come down to 3,000.
I'll soon know if VNAV works. Top of descent
Yep.
in 20 seconds.
In fact, final approach fixes at 1500.
Okay.
The capture. That's 2 miles from the end of the runway.
Now approaches
Yeah, it's
arms, yeah.
working.
It was to do with the altitude. I was too high for it to capture, even though it picks up the ILS, and the localizer rather, for the ILS. I was too high for it to capture, but now it has. So it's all over to the autopilot currently. Chaps, are you okay, especially on Xbox? Did you follow what I did there? It's difficult when I'm... you can't really see my screen unless you're watching. If not, just follow us in. I'm on a perfect approach with the autopilot at the moment. Ideally.
Yeah, I'm still a wee bit behind, so I've got you all in front of me, so I can just sort of follow you.
Okay. And it's still very thick cloud over in Bournemouth.
I think I need to add a few of you as friends on Flight Sim so you can show up amongst all the other people.
Right.
I'm not used to flying in places with so many people.
Oh. So I wonder, is that Blue Boy? Blue Boy, you've joined us. You're not in chat though. I can see him behind us, next to Susie there. Next to you, Dan, just ahead of you there. And Lucky B. Is Lucky B, that's not you, Brenz, is it? No.
No, I'm Brains, as far as I'm aware. But I know there's another Brendan or in the chat, so that's why. Because my name is Brendan, so I just didn't want to confuse the matters.
Ah, okay.
So,
Yes.
There's, I think, a Brandon there as well, so that's why I chose Brains.
Okay.
I've only just picked up the localizer, so I'm just going to be still quite a bit behind you all.
Okay, you picked it up. That's brilliant. You managed that. That's fantastic. Mike, how are you doing? Did you pick it up? Did you follow that? We can do a few more practices with that, just so you can get the hang of it. There we go. So, what we're showing... I'm showing 16 nautical miles out personally. Sean, are you still ahead there? Yeah, you are, yeah.
Yeah, I'm 8 miles to the final fix.
Okay. There you go, look at that. Showing the people at home, I've got dark cloud and a light smattering of cloud. Beautiful. Just see the ground beneath us. Wow. It's like a tornado in front of me. It's not, hopefully.
Yeah, so pretty poor day for flying, but I bet you can't wait for those tornadoes to come, yeah, James?
Yeah, I'm hoping they're animated because of the looks. I mean, the trailer's a trailer, so you can't tell how it's gonna be. But and by the looks of the trailer, it's a static whirlwind tornado. So we'll have to see.
I mean, it's got to be man down if you get near to it and stuff like that. You know.
Well, that's what I'm hoping. Like the vortexes and the the cloud build up around it, and goodness knows what. doable. There's a couple of games out there which I'm interested in. There's one called Storm Chasers. It's not a flight sim. You're driving around capturing, trying to take pictures of tornadoes. But it looks very realistic the way they've done it. That's on Steam at the moment.
I think there's a new combat air sim been released somewhere.
Yeah?
I'll find the link to put it on the Discord.
Okay.
This is what I wanted to know about is Steam. So what is Steam?
Steam, it's a game, it's one of the original game big companies basically, like a Windows Store where you can download, or Game Pass, where you can download games. Steam was one of the original ones for PC. Back in the Half-Life days, when Half-Life first released.
I remember that. What was it called? Half-Life, and then you got the Team Fortress Challenge and all that stuff.
Yeah. And Counter-Strike, things like that.
Oh yeah, Counter-Strike. Oh yeah, yeah. So how you can't get on Steam? Sorry, if you're on Xbox now. No, it's PC only for the moment. So yeah, it's a good way. They do a lot of sales. They've just had a recent sale, summer sales, so you can pick things up that were £50 for 10. It's similar to the store, really, or Game Pass. Very similar. Right, okay. Yeah, I mean, they're just bringing in Overwatch 2 to Steam, and I think it's just a real money-making sort of thing.
Oh, yeah.
Everything's money, money, money.
Big time, yeah. Well, I was talking, I was watching, was it Jonathan, what's his name, Jonathan... Anyway, Jonathan... Sorry, say again?
Bennett.
Yeah.
Bennett.
I was watching one of his streams the other day, and he was saying that, you know, I didn't agree with it, but I wasn't in the stream chat, that Microsoft are not making money. They probably took a big loss of a flight simulator. And I don't know, because anything that goes on their store, I was reading up on it, they take a 30% cut, I believe, of sales. So if there's a new aircraft on the store, they're taking a 30% cut from that every time it sells.
I'm not sure about the specifics, but one of the developers for I think it was just the Phantom and the Harrier DC Designs.
Oh yeah.
He says that they take the marketplace take a smaller cut from every sale, and because it's all encrypted, he puts something on there and you get some money for it. Whereas he says within a few hours of him putting something on most of the third-party stores, it's been pirated.
Oh, okay.
So from his perspective, it's much better for you know, from a financial perspective, to put it on the marketplace now than it is on you know, some of the third-party stores.
Yeah.
It's an interesting perspective from a developer.
Absolutely, yeah, and it's. I mean, look how long Flow took to get on Xbox. It was. I was following the Parallel 42 announcements for about a year. They were trying to get it on Xbox before it came out.
Well, they had to go to Microsoft and say, "Come on, guys! I know it's not an aeroplane, but we've got people crying out for this. What's the delay?" And they were like, "Oh, I'm sorry, right, well, get it on." And then within a few days, it was available for testing for Xbox testers.
Yeah.
But you know, it's just getting past that first hurdle. They've had a lot of challenges. I mean, it's been a staffing and a popularity issue on the Microsoft side of things, which they're starting to get on top of. But you know, I don't think they ever considered the marketplace being nearly as popular as it has been, because it's a victim of their own success in that respect.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you know, Flow's incredibly popular though. It's one of the most popular apps downloaded on for Xbox users. So
Absolutely.
I couldn't understand that. So you know, any of the companies that are not like just flight, you know, so the big companies are getting on the marketplace straight away, but any of the smaller companies are not, and that's an issue.
Yeah. I think things are improving in that respect, but it's you know, it's when you've got a big backlog, and the more you do to make the platform popular, the bigger the backlog gets in one respect. So it's not easy.
Very true. Yep. Okay, chaps watching at home. People watching at home, we're just about to land at EGHH. There's quite a few people watching, so EGHH, so if you want to join us, come and join. North Europe server. So Echo Golf Hotel Hotel. We're landing on runway 26, you said, yeah?
Yeah, it's quite bumpy as well.
Okay. So I picked up the glide slope, so I'm coming down now.
Strong headwind as well, 20, 25, 30 knots.
And if you look to your left, there's the Needles Lighthouse, and if you remember the chopper group flight that we had with Hudson, that was great fun with all the choppers landing on the Needles helipad. It was great.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, that was a Wombo Ways flight. That's fantastic. There we go, just as we're coming into land, a little break in the clouds. Give us a bit of light and guidance.
Speaking of Wombleway, did you see one of these photos were featured in the update on the Flight Sim forum?
Oh yeah, I think I saw that, yeah? That was a while ago, wasn't it?
No, the recent update, like this week. I had a look for it, but his photo was on there. And I just obviously recognised the name from the group flight, so I'll have a quick look and then send it across.
Okay, fantastic. No, I hadn't seen that.
Yeah, I think that's the second one he's had. Or is it the first one that's actually been featured? No, he got an honourable mention.
Yeah, honest, I'm really not sure. I just saw the picture there and I just thought, okay, cool, from the group flight. It was nice to see.
So there we go. Under autopilot, flaps. Go ahead, Susie.
I'm down.
I'm still about 11 miles, nautical miles out, so I'll be a wee minute before I'm in, okay?
No worries, yep. Yeah, we got a few people behind us, so I'm assuming they're all flying with us. Which is good to see.
Very, very bumpy, this I'm afraid.
Okay, still can't see anything off the runway there. I'm under autopilot, so I'm not worried, but if you wasn't, it's time to panic. Probably abort this in real life if you couldn't see it.
Steve C 1952.
Could be with us, Steve. Mike, I'm not sure.
He's also 208.
Likely then, yeah.
He's coming in from a different angle. Looks good.
So there you go. UK, we're not this extreme. I'm looking out the window. I can see clearly in either direction, so it's not as bad as it's showing in the sim, but still. Well, this is now in Bournemouth anyway, so I'm a bit away from there. Mike, Southend. I've never been to Southend. What's it like? Is it? It's meant to be one of the premier UK holiday destinations, isn't it?
What, me?
Yeah.
But Southend? Blimey, I don't know. Not too much, man. I'm from South London.
Yeah, Southend. It's like the southern Blackpool, isn't it? Because I'm probably going to go off to Blackpool in a week or so. I was going to go to Paris, but I had a change of plan.
What? I meant Blackpool, definitely. Oh, blimey. Get yourself up there on the tower. Lovely.
I do a bit of recording, yeah.
I think it has gone downhill Blackpool in the last 30 years or so.
Has it?
Yeah.
Blimey, get yourself on the donkey on the beach.
Right, Mike, yeah, I'll try. The tower, you used to be able to go up it when I was a kid. You could go up there. There wasn't any guards there, so I think it's glassed off now, isn't it? But you could go up there and...
on the Blackpool Tower? Serious?
Yeah, you could lean... You could walk up the steps, so... I mean, you could go in the lift as well, but we walked up the steps, I remember that. And the steps had, it's like metal steps with gaps in them, so seriously health and safety hazard at the time. And at the top there was nothing to stop you from leaning over. I mean, there are high railings, as far as I remember.
And they wonder why so many people these days have vertigo.
Absolutely.
You know, you had to walk up those steps when you were a kid. You know, there was no sort of like, oh, I've got vertigo, I can't go up there.
Yeah.
It was like, no, you go up there no matter what. And then obviously you're gonna get vertigo.
But I believe the Eiffel Tower was similar. I mean, it's based on the Eiffel Tower, isn't it? So it's same designer, I believe. It was similar. You could walk up the steps.
Just like, what's that one? Marble Arch is based on. What's that one with the roundabout? Arc de Triomphe.
Arc de Triomphe, yeah.
Or was it the other way around? Was it?
There we go. Bren's coming in, catching you in for prosperity there. Bren's looks very nice there. Bring yourself down, my friend.
Floor up on the top of the tower.
Say again, Susie.
Sorry, wasn't there a glass floor at the top of the tower in Blackpool?
There was no glass there. When I mean, guys, for those of you who have been up there back in the day, I'm looking like back in the 70s, really. Do you remember glass up there? I don't remember glass up there. I remember that you could lean. It was an open viewing point at the top of the tower. There is now, I believe, but not. I'll have to research that and try and get some pictures for you. Specifically remember it being open when I went up there as a kid. But you know, I mean, there are railings, so you wouldn't fall off the edge,
there
as it
wasn't
were.
even any railings. Yeah, it was your brother pushing you over the edge, holding you over the edge. You know, it was just, that was fine. That was the way it was. Health and safety. That was sweet. Look how high we are, as he's holding you by your shirt.
Absolutely. Yeah, but nowadays it's more like a casino, Las Vegas, isn't it? Blackpool.
Oh, please, no. No donkeys.
I don't think so. Now you might find one or two there.
Just walking about in a casino, awesome.
No, I mean there's like lots of casinos opened up, so it's always been a hot spot for hen nights and stag nights.
It's Las Vegas.
But there was a proposal a few years ago to open like mega casinos there, and goodness knows what. I don't know if that's happened. Not been there for a while. Okay, how are we doing on time? We've been going for about an hour, chaps. Shall we fly? Go on, someone choose a appropriate location. North. Maybe towards.
Step out for about 30 minutes. I've just got to take my son to work. So.
Oh, okay. Is that Dan or Sean? I was confused
Dan.
as to Dan. Okay. No worries, mate. I'll see you later. Yeah.
All right, dude.
Easy.
Well, what about the Isle of Man?
Isle of Man.
Or was that too far?
We can try Isle of Man.
What about France? Hop over to France.
That's also true. We could do that too. That'd be great. Maybe the weather's better there. Oh yeah, they actually have an enclave. Are they not?
Okay, Charles de Gaulle.
Yeah.
So LFPG, as far as I remember, Charles de Gaulle. LFPG, yep.
Practice my accent.
Lima, Foxtrot, Papa, Golf.
How would you say that in French, though?
Well, go on, Mike. You take it.
Well, I'd think it'd be the same bloody way, wouldn't it? It's set up in America.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Isn't it? Is it not? I don't know. Am I wrong?
You could be right. I don't know. Charles de Gaulle, activate. And shall we try vectors? You did vectors on the last one, didn't you, Sean?
Sort of. I'm going to bit the. Is it Laurie?
Okay.
Transition.
What's that ICO code, please?
It's
Lima Foxtrot Charlie Golf. Sorry.
Yeah, it's Lima Foxtrot Papa Golf.
Papa Golf,
LFPG.
thank you.
Sure. And
Thank you.
we'll.
I'll pick 26 left again and law 8Y. Law 8Y on the vectors.
Okay.
Into Northern League 1.
Bear with me for a second. You're saying 26.
Mob 8Y. Mob 8Y is probably a better one from where we're coming from.
Okay, but if we're flying this way, we'll surely be taking 9 left or right, or 8 left or right, because we're flying towards
I'm just going by the wind.
Oh, I see. I reckon we should be okay in a Grand Caravan. We'd be okay going to 9 left or 8 left or right.
I really wish I could put my wheels inside. I mean, you know what I mean? Like with that caravan, what was it, the Cessna 182?
Oh, do you mean the landing gear? Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like gives you a bit more speed.
Your terminology, Mike, your wheels inside. Your landing gear.
Yeah, I was about to comment about that, and it was a good thing we're talking about flights and nothing else, you know?
If it was any other way.
Yeah, landing gear, it's a shame you can't retract it. Tis nice on the 182. I keep forgetting to do it because it feels like I'm flying a caravan at times. So should we aim? Let's pick a runway. 9 left?
Yeah, I've got Mop 8P as the...
What, you doing vectors, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, let's just try and refresh my
No,
memory.
northwest.
So let's approach. Go down to 9 left. Don't worry about what I'm doing here, chaps. You see, which one did you choose? Mop 8P, yep. I'll choose the same one.
Yeah, Mop 8P.
Could you keep your heading on that, please, old chap?
South.
South.
Down
South from me. What, 180?
I'll have a look on the... I think it's 122 degrees, the main leg.
Trying to get in touch with ATC and they're not coming across.
Oh, you bought us. No, yeah. So, 122 degrees when you take off.
I'm in the air, mate.
Does the caravan have VNAV? I've never tried VNAV. Is there a VNAV?
Yeah, it just worked. I just used it.
Okay. Trying to find the VNAV button in the caravan. Where is? Oh, there it is. Yeah, vertical navigation. Got it. It's next to your altitude select. So guys, don't worry about doing this. Do what you just did for the last airport. But I just went to procedures page on the middle G1000. So I put in LFPG direct to. Went to the procedures page and select approach. So you're going to have to use your FMS knobs. Don't worry if this is too ahead of you. Select approach, enter, and then basically because Charles de Gaulle's already come up, I've just gone for ILS 9 left. And Mop AP as the transition. You've all gone silent apart from Sean, so I'm going to leave it there. I'll follow that.
Yes.
I've got P9 left selected, but when it comes to the Mop P, is that the arrival?
That's the transitions. So you want to go to your procedure buttons, just where you procedure select approach.
Yes.
So let's do it again. Select approach, and then sorry, it's approach. So under approach, ILS 9 left.
Yes. Enter.
And then transition. That's where you Mop 8P. Mop 8P. So you want to scroll down a bit.
So instead of hitting the vector, all right. So go Mop. All right.
Yeah.
Got it. IAF. All right. Yeah.
And then activate at the bottom.
Select it. Solid. Thank you.
Sure. Mikey,
I'm rewinding a bit.
Are you going to try that?
I'm rewinding a bit. So I'm on. Yeah, I got select approach, but I don't think I've selected an arrival yet.
Yeah, unless you've... Okay, yeah, you want that first, for sure. Unless you're rehearsed with VNAV, don't worry about it, because it is tricky. The first transition altitude height for that, though, is 8,000. Have you chaps got that as well?
Yeah, but I've set me cruise altitude at 10,000.
Yeah, let's do that again. 10,000 feet, so autopilot selected altitude. Don't worry, we can wait for you to catch up on this one, Mike and Susie, if you're going to try that VNAV.
Yeah, no, I'm all set up. I'm just setting up my
Yeah, you can,
altitude at the moment.
you can set
Okay.
your VNAV on the cruise, so you've got plenty of time.
Yeah. So we go to 8,000 feet, so we'll see...
The cruise is 165 miles, so it's plenty of time.
Oh, plenty of time, yeah. So 10,000 feet, selected altitude. So chaps, if you're watching at home, we're at EGHH Echo Golf Hotel. If you want to come fly with us over to France, just flying over the UK in a 787. This is Soup Guy. Clouds broke at 25,000 feet. Crazy weather, you can say that again. I mean, look at this, it's pea soup, as we call it over here, isn't it? Let's go to flow while we're on the ground. I'm just going to...
Super. Definitely.
I filled up before we set off. I'm at 79% fuel. Maybe just check your fuel, chaps, if you haven't. Got plenty of fuel to get over to France.
Do any of you run with unlimited fuel?
I try not to.
Yeah, I also like running out of fuel in the middle of the ocean and then obviously try and making a mission to find land or whatever. To me, it just brings a little bit more authenticity to the actual simulator.
Yeah, I mean, in live streams, I fly with, what's it called? Crash damage off, basically, so I'm invulnerable if I do crash.
Yeah.
But generally, I have that all turned on. What's that called again? System options... Failure and damage, so crash damage I have disabled, and stress as well, whilst I'm in a live stream. But it's interesting, one of my videos coming up for the Back to Basics, I'll give you a spoiler now, it's going to be about virtual airlines, and even they fly with crash damage off, generally. It's one of the rules. So it's interesting.
Interesting or disturbing?
I think it's just...
I mean...
Well, it's...
Yeah, sorry.
It goes back to the Flight Simulator X days. I think you could crash into each other with that sim, so unless you had it disabled... I mean, in this sim you'll just fly through each other, but in the Flight Simulator X days you would actually crash if you crashed into somebody with crash damage on.
I remember that actually, yeah.
Okay, we're both going to speak at the same time.
Yeah, I didn't catch either of you there, I just left you to it.
Sorry, but like, yeah, I mean, that's for like people that are learning though, yeah?
Yeah, but even virtual airlines do it on proper flights, so it just goes back to that. I mean, in VATSIM days, in the old days, you would have to turn it off unless because people would just spawn on top of you sometimes. That'll be flight over. So even with VATSIM, they advise you turn crash damage off nowadays. Oh, they used to. I don't know if they still do.
Are you going to go back to the VATS, Tim, James?
I am, yeah. I'm meaning to. I've just been... obviously, my days off are taken up with subjects that I'm covering for the channel, but I'm meaning to. Make another video on it.
Feel your nerves, though, when you go back to it. I feel your nerves.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You can get that way, but then you got to think to yourself, well, it's just still a sim, you know, it's not real life. You got to look at it that way.
But
Well,
you've got to enjoy it as well.
Yeah, it's very enjoyable to see, you know, proper procedures and people asking for taxi to runways, and you know, it's just nerve-wracking when they say, "Can you taxi X, Y, and Z?" or "Get off the bloody runway." In the last one, it was like, "Can you clear the runway, please?" And I was like, "Yes, yes."
And suddenly find yourself in the drink.
Yeah.
So they cleared the runway, but I think got everyone on board.
Well, I believe the rules are, now looking back on it, looking at other videos, if you're in a Cessna or a Grand Caravan and a light aircraft, you're meant to clear the runway regardless. So get on the grass. It's only the...
Oh, straight away.
Yeah, it's only the airliners that are given priority for taxiways, really. I mean, you're meant to taxi along the taxiways, but when you land in a light aircraft, you're meant to clear straight away.
Okay. Cool.
Whereas the airliners will have to keep going to the next available taxiway. That makes sense?
So, yeah, are we ready to go?
We're ready.
26 or
Yeah. If people are ready, let's do it. Okay,
Cool.
so I'm going to taxi back round. It doesn't matter. Taxi back round to 26. Take my parking brake off. That'll be a help.
I just took off on halfway. Still got plenty of runway.
Oh, okay. Brilliant.
We've got old Roshan and Skywalker circling here, so I think we've got some eager beavers to get to France.
And Blue Boy is with us as well here, so that's good. So there you go. I hope this has helped alleviate your... Cause I was looking outside, I wanted to get out, and I'm just not going out in this weather. Although I'm aiming to get a walk at least in today. But apparently, chaps, we're going to get a heat wave coming soon, so prepare for that.
Was it the end of September I read, or was it an old article?
I don't know, I've not heard when. Well, the only thing I have heard, it's going to be a couple of weeks.
Be better. It'll be greater than the weather we're having today, that's for sure. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was in mid-September, from what I heard.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's a while away, isn't it? Okay, up we go. Yeah, I mean, we want some sun before summer ends, don't we? Okay, hide that flight plan. Ooh, just a steep climb. Autopilot, I'm in lock mode. Just turn your CDI back to GPS, chaps, if you want to follow the nav, of course. There we go, locked on. So you can actually see the weather radar on the centre if you've got it initiated. It looks like it's stopping. Well, I think the weather radar only reaches so far. Depends what range you have. No, it's only giving me such a range, but it's just a whitewash over England. Climb to 1300 feet per minute. Climb should be okay. And we're off. What part of the UK were you flying over, Soup Guy, by the way? Because we got some clearness in the skies around 10,000 where we were in the south. And chaps on YouTube, how you all doing, by the way? I want to chat with you as well, so do chat along. Don't feel excluded. I've not seen any rainbows yet. And 161 nautical miles to Charles de Gaulle. Ouch. We'll get there in no time. There we go, there's a break in the clouds coming up. That's nice. Wow. So Mike, you've been flying the Vision jet. So you got a noise there. Sorry. I've got excellent connection, so hopefully voice connection is okay. Chaps, are you still with me in voice?
Yep, I'm still
good.
there.
Good. Thought I was alone for a second. Mike, get off the floor there. Tokes. Did he get off the ground? Let's see him. Have you got a break in the clouds where you are now? I have.
Yeah, I can see the coast and the sky's clearing.
Yeah. Beautiful. There we go, there's the coast. As soon as I go into external mode though, it does mess up my... So if you see me rocking from side to side, it's just it's an artifact I've picked up in the sim for some reason.
Just Google the maximum climb rate. It's 1,234 feet per minute.
Wow.
So 1200 VS mode should be your maximum rate.
Okay.
Thank you.
I think.
Yeah, I'm at about 6,000 now, and it's yeah. Well, there's blue sky above, so that's great news.
Yeah, I've got that as well. Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. I should have preloaded Rex Weatherfalls to see how that would react. That would give a very different story, probably. Never mind, maybe next time. It's okay, well that's happening. Let's just Google that about Blackpool Tower, because it's just make you wonder.
What's the code for Charles de Gaulle? Just got back.
No, is that Dan? Yeah. You just got back.
LFPG.
Yes.
LFPG.
G, did you say?
PPG.
No,
Papa Golf.
Papa
LFPG.
Golf. Okay.
Yeah. There we go, we're climbing up. So you still got plenty of time, Dan. We're doing a VNAV with Chole's ILS 9. You know how to set all that up, don't you, for VNAV? in select approach. He's probably just busy setting things up. It's okay.
Nine L or 9R?
Uh,
It matters really, doesn't it?
9 left I've chosen.
Yeah, 9 left and Mop 08. I can't remember now. 8P is it?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. Let's bring up the flight plan. Yeah. Mop 8R, 8A, wasn't it? Oh, yeah, good point. It doesn't show it in the flight plan, does it? MLP.
In India Alpha Foxtrot, I think it was.
Okay.
I think. I'm sorry, I'm going on memory here.
It doesn't show it in the flight plan, does it? I've just got MOPR in the flight plan.
Mopar transition, yeah. Yeah. Gonna have to reload anyway. There's
Okay.
CTD while it's paused, that's good.
Wow.
I hardly ever get them in flight, but I get them a lot in the menus. It's weird.
Huh. Well, so you always get it when you go back to the menu?
Not always, but I've had a few recently.
Okay. Ah. Yeah, I'm considering reinstalling the sim myself because, like I said, if I go to heading or nav in external mode, so if I'm in external mode, it won't lock onto it; it'll just keep turning.
I think that could just be a... Well, I don't know if it's a cause for it. I've heard a few people want that issue, so I don't know if it is a...
Ah, you know what? Sean, it's since I've still got it plugged in. I'm not using it at the moment. I'm using the multi panel, but your mini autopilot. It's happened since I plugged that in. I wonder.
What's happened to it?
Well, basically, if I set a heading in the aircraft and I start turning, then go external, it doesn't lock onto the heading. It'll just keep turning. So in external mode, I have to be in the cockpit for it to lock on.
Flight thing.
Okay, that would explain things. Yeah.
Yeah, if you close mobile flight down, it won't do it.
Yeah.
But if I go into external view, the autopilot still works on mine. It just doesn't work on drone camera mode.
Okay. No, that would explain it, because it's only happened since I've had that installed. That might be the issue. Might be. 140 nautical miles, so we're closing down quickly in Charles de Gaulle. That's good.
So that transition was a Mop 6 Echo or Mop Papa, or sorry, Mop 8 Papa?
It was 8 Papa, I believe.
Thank you. Sorry about that.
It's okay. And then your flight plan should show, I'll bring it up and just read mine off, it should show MOPAR, MLPAR, then PG554, and then the rest of it.
Just leaving the Isle of Wight.
Oh.
I think we'll have to climb a lot higher to go above the clouds.
Yeah, should we do that? We've got plenty of time. 15,000?
Right.
Got a bit of rain at the moment on in my sim.
A clear spell at the minute.
Are these rainbows? It is rainbows.
Is there? Okay, just a second. take a look around. I don't have any, unfortunately. Ed, how you doing, my friend? So that's Ed the Great in chat. There we go, we can see the ocean beneath us, the channel.
Plenty of white horses.
Back into thick cloud again. Oh well. No, I'm gonna have to work my memory on this. VNAV, so
If you once you finish climbing,
yeah.
arm the VNAV button.
I tried that previously, but I'll try it again at 15. I'm climbing up to 15,000 at the moment.
You should have LTS.
Oh, I've got it. I've got it. Yeah, I've armed it already. Yeah, no, I've got it. Yeah.
So what you need to do is once you're cruising it leveled out, drop the altitude indicator to
that's right. Yep.
4,000.
Thank you. Isn't it funny? I've just made a video on it. I completely forgot how to do it.
And then if you load the flight plan onto these MFD,
yeah, I've got it 8,000.
You should see the VNAV profile and it should tell you top descent.
Yeah, no, cheers. I completely forgot.
They've started twice up in the windows at the minute.
I think it fooled me a little bit because I was doing it in a well, I was doing it in the G1000, wasn't I? In the sorry, Cessna 172, which is very similar, of course. You've got de-ice on, you say?
Has the 208 got a de-ice? I don't normally fly it.
I'm actually having a look myself.
Isn't it to the left somewhere?
I've got the pitot heat on. Stall heat, would that be it?
Give it a try.
That's inoperative, that is.
Yeah, a lot of the buttons are inop, aren't they, I'm afraid?
Yeah, it's not too bad. Slightly above the clouds, maybe.
So there we go, 15,000 seems just to reach the ceiling just about. Just coming up to 14,000 and 15,000, yeah, you'll be near enough.
Given the top of the cloud.
Yeah. Saying that, I'm just about to go into thick cloud again, so I'm not sure. It doesn't matter. So is anybody confused about the VNAV and would like to know how to do it?
Yeah, I will love an instruction. Thank you. I understand what it does.
Yeah.
I actually tried to use, you know when you did that video on the Cessna 172, I actually followed it step by step. But then when you select the VNAV and that little ping thing comes above sort of, if you're looking at your G1000, your FPS above your climb rate, you know?
Yeah.
You would get that pink sort of writing with the altitude, but for some reason when I did it, it didn't sort of put that sort of pink digits above the yeah, it's difficult to explain, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's okay, I think I know what you mean.
Well,
like Dan just mentioned there, you've got to, once you've climbed to your altitude, you've got to set, because it will follow the lesser of the altitudes, basically.
Well, yeah, when you're on cruise,
Mhm.
if we all get to cruise, we'll all do the same thing.
Yeah.
It should all work.
Okay, let's wait for that then, yeah. I was just about to do it, but I'll put it back up. Hang on.
Maybe what I think I'm actually going to do, I'm going to pop my iPad on and then watch what's happening on the iPad, and then I can actually see what's going on with your screen, Hudson. But obviously, I'll just turn that volume down.
No worries, yep. So we've still got people with us. I can see Steve must be with us. Susie, Boris seems to have, yep, be with us as well. Skywalker, Rossin, Brenz, Biggles, and Pro. B, maybe.
What's your distance?
My distance at the moment is
120.
118 nautical miles.
Right, okay.
Oh, I've got ice on the window shield as well. Did you figure out the de-icer?
No.
I've only got a visual effect anyway in the sim.
There is a sim button you can press like on the keyboard that works in all the aircraft, but it's like a fake one, but it does work.
Okay. What's that combination?
I can't remember. I can't remember what the key is. I'll have to Google it.
It's a shame. Now, VNAV has turned on. Let me just, well, we'll wait. Wait till we've all... Have we all reached cruise altitude?
Yes, I'm there.
Everybody else?
Yeah, 15,000, thank you.
Okay, so if you look on the above your center G1000 in the Grand Caravan, so where your altitude select is and your autopilot buttons, you got a VNAV button there, vertical navigation.
It might be a bit helpful as well if you put the flight plan on your MFD.
Okay, yeah,
So
good.
you can
good
see
call.
the magenta waypoints and stuff.
Is that Dan?
It's Sean.
Sean, talk us through this one, because yeah, you've got more of a handle on it.
Yeah, if we've all got the same routing, if you press your flight plan button on your MFD middle screen, so we've all got the flight plan listed. Yeah.
Yep.
You should see the altitudes on the right hand column, or 8,000, 7,000, and then 4,000 feet. Yeah.
Yep.
Those are there for the VNAV profile for the flight plan.
Okay, is everybody else got
Everybody
that?
got it?
Yeah, I'm great, thanks.
Yep, oh good,
Right.
thanks.
If you look above the MFD, you got your autopilot panel. Next to the altitude select, there should be a little VNAV, VNV button. If you press that, so it lights up. And then if you look on your flight plan, below the waypoints, you should have a VNAV, active VNAV profile. And the top line of it says waypoint. There's Mopar, 8,000 feet. Then TOD, which is top of descent. And mine says 25 minutes and counted down. It's all to do with your speed and altitude.
Yeah, I've got that too.
Yeah, that-
29,
Yeah.
50
So
so far.
what the top of descent means is in 25 minutes, the aircraft will descend down at 3 degrees, reach the waypoint, Mopar at 8,000 feet, from whatever altitude and speed you're doing now, yeah?
Okay.
Now, there's one more thing we need to do. If you change your altitude select indicator, in a minute it should say 15,000 feet, because that's what we've climbed to, yeah?
Yeah.
Change that down to, I do the ILS one, which is 4,000, so you can drop it down, set your altitude to 4,000 feet. And that's it, you don't press anything else. Your aircraft should stay at 15,000 feet cruise. And on the top of the PFD, you should have VPTH in white next to 15,000 in yellow.
Confirmed.
Have you got that?
Yeah, mate. Thank you.
So on your PFD, the one with the horizontal horizon on screen, the left hand side, at the top in yellow should have GPS, autopilot's on, altitude's on, 1500 feet in yellow, and then next to that should have VPTH in white. Have you all got the VPTH on?
Just now, yeah. It took its time to come on. I think I've got a confliction somewhere, but it's come on for me now, yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
So now if you look back to your MFD screen with your flight plan, and see the top of descent.
Yeah, 26.
That gives you your time when your aircraft is going to start descending. And what I do normally, just before you start descending, is just ease back on the throttle. Because the Caravan hasn't got a auto throttle.
Yeah.
So you don't over speed.
Yeah, just to add to that, Sean, it took a while for that VPTH to come up on mine. I had to throttle back a little bit. I've got a confliction somewhere with my controls because it works. I think it's... No, yeah.
That's how you should arm it. So
yeah.
when you get to the first proper descent, and on your flight plan, on the magenta line, on the MFD, you should see a little TOD appear on your magenta line, and that's your top of descent. When you get to that point, your aircraft start descending the next waypoint.
Brilliant, thank you.
And you shouldn't have to do anything apart from control your throttle. If you speed up, the descent will increase automatically. If you slow down, it'll obviously adjust for it, depending on what restrictions speed is.
Okay, brilliant. Thank you. It's all set up. I've got personally 25, just over 25 minutes to the top of my descent there.
Yeah, so you can 25 minutes talking about things.
There we are.
And basically what will happen when we get to the waypoints, it'll come down each step with a VNAV profile. Sometimes it will stop. You'll see a magenta altitude come up on your PFD on your left screen next to your 4,000 that you've selected. You get the 8,000, 7,000 and then 4,000 here. It'll go down in steps like it's going down. When you get to the ILS, it should automatically change to the localizer. Then you can let the approach button, glide slow, activate it when you're ready.
Okay, for those at home...
That's the only bit that's not automatic. You have to do that manually.
That's brilliant, thanks, Sean. For those at home, you can see I've altered... I mean, don't do this, chaps, if you're following, but I've altered my VNAV profile. I've put my first descent point at 7,000 and the next one at 6,000, just to show you can do that. I partly did that as well because I was just having a few conflictions with the sim, but it seems fine now. So my first point will be 7 and next will be 6, and top of descent there is 22 minutes away, as you can see. It's a little bit more advanced. You'd only do that really if your numbers weren't in teal, but they should be. Mine were to begin with.
I mean, you can go in the flight plan and manually change those if you've got different.
That's what I've just done. Yeah, I've just shown that to people, as you were explaining.
In reality, you know, air traffic control would trump the restrictions in procedure. So if you're told, you know, be at 5,000 at Mopar, then you could go into the set with 5,000 and let the aircraft descend you automatically to get to 5,000 at the sort of cleared altitude.
Yeah, I mean, all you do is press the FMS button, select the cursor, and use the outer knob to scroll through the flight plan and the altitude. Edit them as you wish.
Yep, that's brilliant, yeah.
It's a very lazy way of flying.
For those watching at home, by the way, one thing I didn't do was change the thumbnail. So if you're seeing a relaxing flight in the Cessna 182, obviously it's a Grand Caravan we're flying. When the stream's finished, I'll change the thumbnail on the video, so don't get confused. We've just... but the title should be Storm, flying over storms in the UK.
But it explains the queries that I was getting, random queries at from someone at a barbecue in America asking why we got 182s on a caravan flight.
Okay, that explains things.
Now I understand his question, because I didn't understand it. It was just like a random text. Like, what?
There you go. Well, let's face it, on my streams it's got to happen. Something's got to balls up, hasn't it? There's so many things you have to set up. But there you go, I'll change that afterwards, so don't get confused, people at home.
Obviously in the jets and things like that, the VNAV really does help, because the speeds are all increased and times are smaller. Make adjustments.
We've lost Mike, so is it similar in the Vision Jets, Rossen? Sean?
Yeah, I mean, in the Vision Jet, you've got an automatic throttle as well, so in the FMS or the flight plan, as well as the altitude, you've got a speed restriction as well, so the FMS will control the auto throttle speed, and obviously when you're descending as well, it'll adjust the throttle so you don't overspeed it. It just, whatever the speed is, it'll just stick to it. It's quite clever.
Yeah.
The longitude does the same.
Nice.
But most of the aircraft with the G3000 should have auto throttle. The TBM 930 is similar, but it doesn't have auto throttle.
Okay.
The thing I found with the TBM, and I don't know if you've experienced it as well, like as you're like busy, almost like on your approach, the avionics just go off, and I believe this is like a memory issue on the TBM itself. I don't know, but if anybody else has had that issue,
It's an Xbox thing.
I assume so. Yeah, I think so. Because every time I use a TBM, it just goes off. So I don't even fly it anymore, even though it's a very nice aircraft to fly.
Yeah, I think you've got to turn some settings down, like multiplayer or
No,
AI or.
it's traffic,
Turn
apparently.
a lot of detail off, save some memory basically.
Oh, okay, cool. Thank you.
That traffic, if you go to your traffic tab and basically turn pretty much everything down to minimum or off, then there's less problems with the G3000 and G5000. Some people still have problems even with that. Are you on a Series X or Series S?
Oh, Series S, mate.
Right. Yeah, Series S is very restricted on memory.
Yeah.
It's really only got, I think it's 8 gig of memory, and it only, or is it 8 gig or 10 gig? I can't remember.
Oh, I'm not too sure, mate.
I think it's 10 gig, and I think 8 gig is video memory, and 2 gig of it is actual application memory. And you've got to fit the entire plane model, all the textures, and all the functional stuff within in that space. And unfortunately, as soon as you start adding more stuff to it, since they did that, add the AAU 1 update, it has been a bit of a problem for people particularly on the Series S. Series X isn't too bad, but Series S is struggle.
I really want to upgrade to the Series X, to be honest with you.
You should upgrade to a PC.
I was just going to say that.
That's also true. A PC, but
the prices have come right down now, so there's not much in there.
Yeah. I mean, I used to work in PC distribution, so to build one is not a problem. It's just the pricing. Obviously, when COVID hit and there was a chip shortage and all those good things, and prices were skyrocketing.
Yeah, well, they're not selling GPUs now like they used to, so the prices are dropping.
I'm going to link after this a company in Discord. I reached out to them trying to get a gaming PC. They've not got back to me, just so I can get up to speed for Flight Sim 2024. But the PC's there. I think it was a 3070 Ti, which is good enough, and a fast processor. It's about £800 or something. It's not much difference from a Series X in that sense. A few £100 more.
Yeah, I mean, I advise building your own spin base there, because once you have the basic components, it's not difficult.
Yeah, I've always
Build
found.
it to your budget then.
Yeah, but I've always found, like, from good PC manufacturers, if they build your PC, they do it so well that everything's synced and all the drivers are there. And I used to build PCs myself back in the day, but I've always found from good manufacturers that you do get a better performing PC generally.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, if you buy the run-of-the-mill motherboard and CPU, it's not going to be any different to what they build, basically.
Yeah.
Chaps, if you want to squeeze a bit more out of your engine, that's something I didn't do. Play around with your mixture there. Just pulled it back maybe 60% or so. I'm not going to sync it up to the optimum as long as I get a bit more speed, which I am. There's France ahead of us. Can you see the coast, chaps? And there's a rainbow there to the right.
Yep.
I see France.
There you go, we got our rainbows. Got two rainbows. I don't know if it's showing the same for you, but to your right. To your left. Not right. To your left. Under the clouds there, I've got a couple of rainbows.
Yeah, I got them inside.
Yeah, obviously, if you increase your speed, you're going to get your top of descent coming down faster as well.
Ah.
Top of descent is not a clock. It's
No.
a time till it starts descending.
On that note, what's the cloud layer doing? I'm going to drop to 13,000 personally. Because I've set my profile up different. Well, actually... Yeah.
It doesn't look too bad over France, clouds. Still some cloud.
I'm going to drop down to 13,000 because I've got my first initial altitude for the top of descent for the VNAV at 7,000. I've changed mine round a little bit. So I'm going to come down in altitude. Not that it really affects it, but I'll just feel more comfortable.
Yeah, just remember, once you've climbed down to 13, you've got to reset your altitude indicator to the one you want to drop to.
Yeah, good point. Yeah. We seem to have lost Mike, but we do have a lot of people flying in this direction. So I assume that they're all with us, perhaps. They may be in their own flight group.
There's a lot of rain over the channel.
Oh dear, yeah, I can just about see it. The clouds.
Just another thing as well, when you're doing this sort of VNAV and autopilot stuff, make sure your barometer set. Get the
Good
correct
point.
altitude. It just does change region to region as well.
Yeah.
I'll just press the B key. That's it.
Yeah, I did that as well, just to be sure. It did change slightly.
And you need to do it when you've dropped below 10,000 as well, because normally the ATC will give you the approach reading, so otherwise you might miss the ILS.
So there we go, 13,000, and I'll set that back to 7. If you're looking at my screen, perhaps don't follow what I'm doing, because I've just changed my profile on the VNAV previously.
But the VNAV altitudes with the waypoints we put in do correspond with the Navigraph charts.
Oh, okay.
That's why. That's where they get the numbers from.
Yeah, I changed mine because I was having difficulty activating VNAV, but it's all okay now.
It should work as long as you got the VPTH in white.
That's
And
what
the
I
altitude
didn't
is
have,
set
that's why I
correctly.
had to change it. But it's changed as soon as I changed the altitude settings. Who knows?
So when you start descending, just you got to watch your speed roll.
So there we go, we're just crossing into France now.
We're about 9 minutes away from the DOD.
Okay, I'm 13.
You should see it on the magenta line as well, little TOD letters.
Yeah.
There's a lot of low cloud as well over towards Paris, I think.
Yeah, it looks a lot clearer than the UK, let's face it. And the pea soup.
It's like a cloud sandwich at the minute for me. Got a clear blue strip in the middle, clouds above and below.
Frank James, hi, how you doing? Just joined Discord, can't seem to chat yet. Are you in the chat group? You're not in our group Flight Comms 1 chat. If you go into there, you can chat. Brenz and Susie, are you okay? Do you have your top of descent timer? And goodness knows what.
Yeah. So I'm about 11 and a half minutes to TOT. Yeah, all good.
Okay, you're a minute behind mine, that's good, so we'll get down roughly at the same time.
Yeah, just another point as well, when we start descending on your VNAV, the top of descent will change to the BOD, the bottom of descent, so then that gives you the time as well when you're going to reach the target altitude.
Brilliant, yep.
And then once you get to the bottom, you'll get another TOD up here. That's like your steps going down.
But essentially, if you got it under autopilot control, it'll just follow it in, basically.
Yeah, I mean, it all depends. It's 3 degrees descent, so if you've got a short one, hardly any, little 1,000 feet, you're going to do it fairly soon. But if it's a long distance to the next waypoint, then it's going to get another top of descent after the next waypoint.
Yeah.
Just from what, the other thing to add, so adding onto it, you said, Sean, is obviously the initial top of descent not only depends on the speed that you're doing, but also on the altitude that you're doing. So I'm at 18,000 foot, for instance, so my TOD happens before someone at 15,000 feet, or if Hudson, James, if you drop to 13,000 feet, you're going to have a much later TOD than me at 18,000.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, so that's 3 degrees line going up in altitude, basically. So whenever you hit that, like a virtual glide path into it, basically.
Yeah.
Tell, do you need to set any special multiplayer? Yeah, you need multiplayer on the world map, so all players on. So yeah, as long as you got all players on the world map, you should be able to join. And you're on the right server. It's North Europe we're on at the moment, so it depends what server the flight is on, of course. Aside from that, you just need, depending if you're on Xbox Game Pass, obviously. On PC, you can just go ahead and just do it. You don't need Game Pass. There's a thing. They're saying that 2024 will be subscription owned. Some people are estimating that Flight Sim 2024 will just be subscription only. What do you chaps think of that? Or what are your thoughts on that? So you need Game Pass, essentially.
It depends on the price, but if it, like you say, if it's Game Pass, then I have that anyway. But if it's subscription sort of system, then normally you get well updated, regular, fixed software. You'd have thought.
Hmm.
Rather, if you buy a piece of software just once, the devs are not going to keep working for free forever, are they?
No. I'm in two minds about it. I don't, obviously, I mean, I have Game Pass for the Series S, but sometimes I don't have it active if I'm not using the Xbox. And on PC, you don't need it, of course. I have Flight Sim on Steam. So I don't know. Does that mean they're not going to sell Flight Sim? You can't buy it like you used to? You just had to have Game Pass or not?
Has any of this rumour though come actually from Microsoft?
No,
or from,
it's just community rumours.
There's so much noise from the community, you know, specifically with respect to 2024, which, obviously often comes from people that, you know, coming from a kind of what's the worst that could happen perspective, and it's not necessarily mean that it is going to be as bad as people think it could be. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm 4 minutes from TOD.
Game Pass is kind of a subscription model anyway. I can't see them introducing a separate subscription model for Flight Sim.
I wouldn't have thought so as well, yeah. But I can see them saying if you don't have Game Pass and they put the price up on Game Pass as well, you don't you don't have Flight Sim basically.
Maybe.
5 minutes and 40 seconds from top of descent.
It's fairly clear over France now for me.
Yeah, similar. We're coming into a clear patch.
Got sunshine on the cockpit dash.
So by the way, as you reach the last leg on your VNAV, you want to still arm approach if you want the autopilot to follow an ILS down to the runway.
Yeah, on this flight plan it should change automatically to the localizer, and once it does that,
Yeah.
press it after that.
But all's looking good. You hate sub games, but may have to. Sort of forced into it. That's the way I feel, Frank, as well. You're welcome, Tel. No problem. Yeah, I can understand it, you know, I mean, there's a lot of players that... I don't think they realise just how popular Flight Sim would be. There's millions of us playing it daily. I can imagine some kind of Game Pass subscription is going to be required for it. Hope to be proven wrong with that, but we'll see. And I hope they still support Flight Sim 2020 in that case. Yeah, but we don't know for sure yet. These are all rumours, as Dan was saying there. So, was it Dan or Sean? Sorry, chaps. I'm not looking at the Discord chat.
I think it was Dan.
Dan, yeah.
1 minute, top of descent for me.
I've got 3 minutes.
But I'm still at 15.
Okay, I'm at
I'm
13.
descending, but I'm a bit higher.
Wow, you caught up, Dan.
Yeah.
Susie,
Amazing what these Kodiaks will do. The 4 times sim rate.
oh, there you go. Susie, you've disappeared off my screen. Are you still with us?
Yeah, I should be still here. I'm about 4 minutes behind you all.
Okay,
Yeah, I can still see Susie.
that's good then. Okay. I don't know what happened to Mike. Maybe his internet connection went.
It's probably just watching it, I think, my baby.
Yeah, maybe, yep. Now, Dan, is that you beneath me there?
No, I'm still up at 16,000 and just dropping. I think I might be slightly ahead. Yeah, I'm ahead of you.
Okay,
slightly
no.
to your left.
It's Juliet, Fox, and the Vision Jets just beside me. That it's okay.
Yeah, just before the last 10 seconds of your VNAV top of descent, you should get the magenta chevron on your display. You'll see it all working. And the VPTH should go yellow. Green, sorry, green is that colourblind at the top of the display. Green, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm now descending, over speeding as well.
It's very easy to do that in a caravan, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not very fast descending, is it? It's at half my throttle, really.
Yeah, I think the caravan feels too slippery in game. You know, for an S-ton aircraft, I don't know. Seems to gain speed very quickly on descent. I don't know if that's accurate. But... So like the Kodiak, I'm okay at a higher altitude, so my IAS was lower to start with, but I'm still on, you know, max NG, 105 NG, and you know, I've accelerated. I'm still 20 knots below VMAX without backing off at all. A ground speed of 219 knots.
Oh, wow. I'm just about to start descending, hopefully. There we go, following VNAV profile, as you can see. Interesting to what you were saying before, Brens. I didn't get the numbers that I got in the Cessna 172 there, beside the altitude strip. But it is descending fine.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
But it still works. As long as you got that top of descent countdown. So I'm just bringing that throttle back.
I'll turn off all this anti-icing stuff now.
I'd rather pay more for the sim than have to enter into contracts. Yeah, feel the same, Frank. You know, I pay for what I want to pay for, but if it is that way, we'll have to see, really. Yeah, we'll have to see.
It feels like a subscription model anyway, having to buy the new aircraft that come out every week. At least that's what it feels like to me.
You've not seen my recent video then. So don't buy into it if you don't want to.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, like Sean, you know, I mean, you've been practicing the Vision Jet for months, and that's the correct way to do it. Just keep practicing till you become more and more proficient, where you can just do it in your sleep, basically. It's what I've been doing with the 146 as well.
Yeah, I think you get a lot more out of it as well.
I think so, yeah.
I mean, I like to tinker with these devices, make it completely mouse-free game sort of thing, so
yeah,
it does change the game as well.
It's just like you can get to a point where you've got 10 aircraft that you've not touched in your hangar because, you know, you just moved on to something else quickly, really. Too quickly.
But I've been enjoying the longitude in the Vision Jet recently the most out of all the aircraft I've got. I mean, I've got the 737 and the Fenix, but I've not touched those for months.
Yeah, no.
I hardly ever fly the airline. It's because I don't know. It seems more an exercise in programming the FMS than it does in actually flying the aircraft, especially with the with the latest AAU2 updates. And that's not criticism of those updates. They're absolutely fantastic in terms of what they're implemented. But the 787 now, it will do everything other than the initial takeoff on itself, including the landing. 747. The 747's a little bit more involved because there's a bit of fuel management on it. Okay,
Okay,
than that,
I'm just going to talk people through while we're in the live stream what's happening here. So we're on the VNav, basically. So we're armed. You have to watch the video back. A little bit of trouble arming that to begin with, but it's armed now. This half triangle you can see here, this is the autopilot telling the aircraft what vertical speed it needs to be at to get down to this altitude at this point. So it's all controlled by the autopilot, basically. Your VNav, your vertical speed, your rate of descent. So you can see that triangle there, and you can see my vertical speed profile is on that purple triangle, in effect. So the autopilot's doing an admirable job. I'm just controlling the throttle, of course. There's a danger of overspeeding, but I've got it, it's probably 40% and it's fine. It's wonderful, isn't it, VNav? I've always been fascinated by it, by the way the autopilot does exactly what it's meant to do.
Yeah, I've just gone to the first step, and I've gone back to flying at 8,000, which is the first waypoint, and I've got another chopper descent to the next waypoint.
Very clever, isn't it?
So it's reached 8,000. Now it's going to wait till the right time.
And as
Drop down to 7,000.
As Sean or Dan, one of you mentioned before, that's the bottom of descent. So when I reach that, I should be at the altitude of 7,000 feet. I've got mine slightly different to yours, but I'll be at 7,000 feet by this time it gets to that bottom of descent. And then you'll get a new top of descent. Dan, that was you, wasn't it? I just mentioned that when we reached 6,000. Sorry, chaps. It's both you. Yeah, I mean, you do sound different. I just, without looking at Discord, I can't tell who's.
Yeah, I'm just going to say when you reach the bottom of descent.
Yeah, he does that sometimes.
Levelled off at 8,000 myself.
Departure airport tell was EGHH, Bournemouth, basically Echo Golf Hotel Hotel, and our destination is Charles de Gaulle, EGPH. Is that right? EGPH?
Yeah, Papa Golf.
Yeah.
LFPG. LFPG is our arrival airport, Charles de Gaulle, LFPG. Now where I got EGPH from there. So there we go, just about to reach my first, the bottom of descent here, then we got a new top of descent, a new bottom of descent, etc. as we go through these legs. There's 7,000 just coming up to it. Push my throttle back up a wee bit there. There you go. There's a new top of descent, and there'll be a bottom of descent once we reach that. Push my mixture back up just so I don't forget. It's fine at this altitude. It's very clear over here, isn't it? It's like chalk and cheese.
We should all move to France.
It's a shame I can't. Well, I could still do it. I just don't want, you know, with the riots, and it's a bit unsettled at the moment. And EasyJets are pulling flights. EasyJets are pulling flights left, right, and centre, and the Eurostar's expensive. So maybe not this year.
Yeah.
Everybody else is VNav working.
Like a dream.
Just about to start the second step.
Instructions I've shown are going great so far.
That's good to hear then.
Good. And that.
It's just locked up.
Did someone say they're locking up?
It's unlocked.
Okay, good.
I
Good.
think it's the online services again. All the names have disappeared.
Oh, okay. I've still got the names.
I don't know if it's my connection to my game or the online group services, but everybody's names disappeared. But Sim's going again now.
Well, if you've got the same weather I've got here, it's not surprising.
And then all the names populate back then.
Yeah, you just appeared again in front of me. Sure.
Yeah, so it's obviously some sort of DNS issue with the internet.
I think it could. Yeah, they have several active servers at any time in any region, and at times some will be taken out of action and others put back in action, and it's done sort of it's supposed to be done transparently, but it's not quite transparent. So
tell Good Watch, gotta go. Hope to join a flight soon. Yeah, we'd love to see you. Come and join one. We're a friendly bunch. We do have regular group flights. This is just an ad hoc flight that we fancy doing. It's been good fun, hasn't it?
aye.
Oh,
Alright, so I'm descending now. What's happening now? I'm still about to reach the top of descent. I've got a minute to go till I get there. Rosson, where are you on your profile? Rosson.
I'm going to waypoint PG554, then down to 7,000.
Okay, so you're...
down to 4,000 now apparently. Gone past the other waypoint.
Okay, I'm just about to reach the top of descent for PG554.
I'm heading to CF09 at left. I'm lined up now basically.
Okay.
What's your IAS? Sure.
Indicated speed?
Yeah.
I'm doing 162 at the minute.
162. Right. I'll pull my
Trying to get
throttle
there as
back,
quick
so
as I can.
I'll pull. I'm doing 179 behind you, and I'm about to run into you if I'm not careful.
Yeah, I'm sort of heading for the city centre at the minute. Then
Yeah.
the airport's over on the left.
Yeah, I think we've got to turn to the left, don't we? It's yeah, sort of turn right at the moat part, turn left at, is it PG 527?
Yep. Turn right at PG554. Depends, you might have a different VNAV to us.
Yeah, I'm looking at little nav map, so yeah, could zoom in on the map actually in the aircraft. More relevant.
I don't see you, Dan. I can see Sean, but not you. Well, I'm sure you're there.
I'm just behind. Just behind Sean.
It's okay. I see Brands, but I don't see Susie. Brands is just behind me there. Brands, where are you on your profile? On your VNAV profile?
I'm going down to 7,000 now. Yeah.
Okay, I'm just about to start descending, and I am descending.
And then I'm going to the next
Oh, I'm not descending.
GTK.
I'll soon be on the glide slope.
Yeah.
It doesn't take long. Once you're over the city, you're nearly there.
I made a mistake, chaps. I didn't alter my altitude. I should have put it down all the way down to 4,000. Never mind. I'll catch it up. So in this case, what I'm going to do, I'm going to start doing some vertical speed down to reach that by the bottom of descent. Still following the profile, so it should be fine.
You can BS it down.
Yeah.
Recapture it if you need to.
I'm doing that
2.5
now.
miles off the FAF.
Too busy looking at other windows, I'm afraid, but never mind. We're doing it. We're going down. So here you go. This is an emergency rescue.
4,000 feet. Capture this ILS.
Right.
109.35. That should be loaded or.
109.35. Yeah, it's loaded automatically. I'll make that active.
16.9 miles out now.
So once you get the green localizer pop up, you can hit your glide slope, activate that, and then once you get to the capture zone, he'll capture it and start descending to
That's
the runway.
very true, actually. What I am going to do is click it. I'm going to just capture the glide slope here. because I've got the course deviation line, and I've got the lock one where I can see the ILS, the localizer for the ILS rather. So I can just do it this way.
No, just lining up on the localizer now.
The glide slope indicator has a little... I've got it going above me now, that's great, because I've increased my vertical speed down, but I am stressing my aircraft out here. This should still work.
Glide slope captured.
When I'm about 5 miles out, I'll start slowing down and get my flaps ready.
It's captured the... Yeah, it's all captured again on the VNAV, so it's all fine. All back to where it should be.
15 knot tailwind and a 9 knot crosswind is what I'm showing at the moment. Interesting.
Ah. There we go, it's just about to turn on to our next waypoint. Glide slope captured, all fine. Ah. There we go, so it ended well.
It's not ended till you get out the plane, James.
That's true. at least we're getting out in sunnier climes here.
Yeah.
Flaps are down, I'm going to manual land this, I think. Have some fun.
Yeah. You're just ahead of me there, so I will be catching you. What am I now? Still 9 nautical miles out from the airports, but that's okay. Keep my speed up for now, just so I can get there a little bit quicker. So it's interesting. I need making again a note for myself here, and others may want to follow. I'm going to practice VNAVs in different types of aircraft to get it all down, including the airliners as well.
Yeah, massive change in the VNAV on the updated Boeings.
Oh, is it?
Works really well now. Yeah. Just beware if you're on Xbox, because you tend to have a bit of a lag, because it's kind of over stressing it a little bit. Yeah.
That's understandable. Yeah, Paul, next time, my friend. First group flight with you. Thanks. Oh, you're welcome, Gene. I didn't know you was with us. So, who are you in the Sim, Jean. That's Jean Francis. There's a Jean Francois there. That sounds like a French name to me. You're most welcome. Do come and join us on future flights. That goes for everybody watching. Whenever I do these flights and I'm in a live server, which I typically am on live streams, you're all welcome to join. So slow down now, the airport's straight ahead of me. I was over speeding a little bit, but now I'm bringing my speed down. Get to flaps, I'm near enough. And another stage. Skywalker's just ahead of me there. You may have to clear the runway, my friend. It's going to be a bit of a delay in YouTube, so that'll be interesting. I think it's just landing, in fact. We should be okay. Oh, not too slow. Actually, 80 knots or so is fine. Let's get out a bit slower. So there you go, that's something we weren't anticipating today, to give a bit of another VNAV tutorial in the flight, but maybe I'll have to update the title of the screen, the stream rather. There we go, autopilot off, and let's just manually land this. Very easy. Let's just
go back to the VNAV. Obviously, it was clear weather, and it made it easy. But
yeah,
if you try one in the pea soup cloud, it's quite good fun.
Yeah, you just have to have good faith in it, don't you?
Are you parked, Sean? I can't see. Yeah.
Near the tower, I think. Right next to the tower, I think.
There's the tower.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, I'll come and join you, chaps. I can see you. Brendan, actually, before I do that, let's see if I can get people coming in. There's Bren's coming in. Very nice, my friend.
George, I just lost my avionics.
Oh.
As I landed.
Well done.
Good timing. Good timing.
Very nice. Yeah, good timing. And Juliet Fox, is that you,
Vision
Francois? Yep. Are you at the end of the flight? We are, Flightless Owl. Yeah, we've just done a couple of hours. Feel free to watch it back after the stream. It's good fun, though.
Boy Blue coming.
Blue Boy. Again, I don't see
Hi,
the
guys.
names. I don't see his name. That's unfortunate.
It's coming down 900 feet.
Okay.
Sorry guys, been a bit quiet. Waiting on a few Amazon parcels, so
Okay.
Got flights in parts.
don't know. A dog bed of all things.
Susie, how far out are you again? I don't see your name, unfortunately. But did you record it?
Yes, I'm recording. I'm about 3 nautical miles out. I'm just coming into the short final now.
Lovely. Okay. Yeah, it's just the nature of the service. Some names I see, some I don't, I'm afraid.
Steve C.
Throttle up a little bit and turn around, see if I can... that does anything. Without changing the server now, I don't think I'm going to get all your names, I'm afraid.
Steam seems to be particularly bad the last week or two with like not showing everyone to everyone. With quite a few group flights, we've had to like swap servers 3 or 4 times before everyone could see everyone.
Yeah. I found it worse in populated areas, so London, Paris, you know, New York. If you're flying in the middle of nowhere, you don't have that issue generally.
Not as bad as anyway, yeah.
Strange scenery there. Is that a pool or something?
Sometime, James, really need to do a group flight in parts of South America. Absolutely beautiful in the sim. Really. I think I don't think there doesn't seem to be a lot of traffic down there, but absolutely fantastic.
Okay, yeah, put that forward to Wombleway, yeah.
Yeah.
I noticed even like flying in Africa, like Kenya, Tanzania, Nairobi, South Africa, where I'm from, also it's not heavily populated either, which is quite nice. There's a couple of gliding clubs in Cape Town. I've obviously taken the DG glider and saw the ridges. It's great fun.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, chaps, yeah, do put them forward in the Discord there, because Wombleway is always looking for new ideas.
Great.
A group flight from Las Vegas down to the tip of South America. That'll be.
Sounds great.
It's quite a long way, but I've done all the way down sort of through Mexico, then across Guatemala, Cuba, all the way down the Caribbean, and then at the moment I've just been going across the top of North America, sort of through sort of Colombia and whatnot, and the views are just fantastic. Just like the terrain just seems to be better there than it is in a lot of the world.
Nice. Susie, have you landed?
Yes, I landed just when we were talking there, so I didn't want to interrupt until you're finished.
No, it's okay.
Came down now.
Well, alright, chaps, there we go. That's the flight. I'll pop this into the Discord and the previous live stream. Susie, if you can condense one again like you did last time, the time lapse was brilliant. If you can come up with something like that again, that'll be fantastic.
Yeah, okay.
If you don't mind.
Give it a go, yeah. Yeah, I think I've got the last 2 landings. The last one we did at the ILS one, when we did the putting in the frequency and doing it through the CDI in Lock 1. I've recorded that one and I've recorded this one coming down.
Brilliant.
So we'll put them in.
That'll be great. Okay, thanks for joining us, chaps. Thanks for the flight. It's been good fun, and it's I've ignored the weather since I've been flying, so that's fantastic. Yeah, join us on the next one for people watching, and just say hello to Rifle Musket there, Ryan, R-A-M, YM there. Hello, I might join you later on. How long? No, we're just finishing, our friend. We've been going for over a couple of hours now. Oh, around a couple of... It's over a couple of hours, isn't it? So we're just finishing this one, but do come and join us on the next one. Anyway, chaps, thanks very much, and I'll see you all soon.
Yeah, thank you. Catch you later.
Thanks, James. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Cheers.
Thank you, guys. It was lovely. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, everybody. Great flight. Thank you.
Thanks, Susie.